Let's have a look at the game tomorrow. It's Delhi playing Punjab, as I told you. Getting excited about this because here's a Delhi team which has a very strong India core. There is a Punjab team which has a new captain in terms of KL Rahul, and of course has got Mayank Agarwal, his best buddy, perhaps opening the batting with him. There are lots of other exciting players there. So let's have a look at the squads and see if we can figure out who the 11 will be. This is a tough job, isn't it? We never saw Saurabh Tiwari coming today. Let me ask you. Let me ask you if you gentlemen would like to hazard a guess on who the four foreigners would be for Delhi tomorrow.
Okay, I'm definitely going Kagiso Rabada.
Yes, the easy one.
I might go Daniel Sams.
Interesting.
Because left-handers do well. Yeah, it's always good to have a left-arm quick bowler. I think they might want
30 wickets in the BBL, by the way, Daniel Sams, which is why he's...
And both a good slow ball.
Yeah,
both a good slow ball. You can only bowl a good slow ball if you have pace. If you don't have pace, a slow ball is a normal ball, right? So Sams has got the pace, so he bowls the slow ball. Of course, Rajat Bhatia was the ultimate. My gut feel is they might I don't know if they'll go Hetmeyer or Carey. Carey is just coming off a phenomenal century. So he's feeling good about that. I don't know. They might just go Carey or Hetmeyer. So those are my four.
Yeah, I tend to believe that they'll play Lamichhane. I think Lamichhane, if he's going to be a pretty strong contender to bowl as well, because Rabada, Lamichhane, suddenly that bowling attack. If you add Ashwin, Lamichhane, Akshar Patel, that makes a pretty lethal spin bowling combination. The only thing I'm thinking about is that you're going to have a lot of the Delhi people, so it's supposed to be a North India clash, Delhi versus Punjab. A lot of the Delhi team will be speaking Marathi, and a lot of the Punjab team will be speaking Kannadiga, because you have a lot of Karnataka players in the Punjab team, a lot of Bombay boys are in the Delhi team. So very interesting. I mean, how in so many ways I feel the IPL is like Hindi films. It sort of unites the entire country, breaks down all these barriers, tears them down, and makes us all believe. And we support people from all over the country.
It is.
I'm glad someone's saying that about the Hindi film industry at the moment. Everyone else is only saying nasty things about it. So.
Let's have a look at the Delhi squad again and talk about the India players. You're obviously wanting to... The one thing there that the question is that there's Shikhar, Prithvi, Ajinkya. If those three are there and you need to play two, who are the two that you're playing? Is Rahane starting in your 11?
Yeah, I like Rahane, but I think they'll start with the left-hander. They'll start Shikhar and Prithvi, I think. Yeah. The only way you can play Rahane is that you play him as a buffer at number 3 and go... don't play an overseas batsman at all. Don't play Carey and play Shreyas at 4, Rishabh at 5. That's the only thing they can do. I'm not sure they'll go that way because they want a dynamic left-hander out there. I know Pant is a left-hander, but it just helps to have that kind. And so, unless they decide to leave out Stoinis and play Lamichhane as Joy suggested, but that's these last-minute things depend on what they read the track to be. So we're really in no position to say.
Well, okay, let's have a look at the Punjab team. We'll have a look at the Punjab team as well. They've got KL Rahul as the captain. The big question for Punjab is that does Chris Gayle start for them or not? Now, does Chris Gayle have 14 games in him is a question. I mean, in no spring chicken no more. He's a legend, absolute legend, destroyer in chief of the white ball. But does he start in your team? Joy?
If it's this kind of track, maybe. Joy, what do you think?
My sense is that this conversation has already happened. Whichever way, we don't know which way this conversation has gone. Either Kumble has told him, look, I'm not going to pull you out for 14, 15 games, you don't have them in them. I'm going to pull you out in the semi-finals, finals towards the end and get you in for crucial games. You're not going to play 15 games for me. Or he's going to play this. They must have had this conversation because he's too good a player and too senior a player for them to drop him and make it a last day game. It's not a game day decision. Yeah. Playing Chris Gayle has to be a decision that's been taken and he has to be taken in confidence. So my sense though is that the conversations happened. My sense is they probably will not play him, but stranger things have been known to happen, and Chris has this way of sort of coming back and if they do play him, the biggest problem is he'll immediately hit. He'll make everyone else look like stupid for even doubting that he should be in the team. But yeah, at some point in time, they'll have to take a call on him, and I think they've already done it.
Well, Harsha, I think the good thing for Punjab is that their Indian batsmen have all been looking in good form. Now, I know they haven't played in 6 months, but let's just talk about the form going into this whole lockdown as it happened. The Indian batsmen have all been looking good, and they would really want those best mates of Jay and Viru, KL Rahul and Mayank Agarwal to open the batting.
It's a funny one. 5 years ago, if you had said, Mayank Agarwal, outstanding test match batsman, let's see how he goes in T20. You would have said, why? Is there someone else called Mayank Agarwal that you know? Because the Mayank Agarwal we know is a frustrating shot maker who makes the prettiest 25s in no time at all and comes away. Next thing you know is he's digging in and making 160, 200 in test matches, and we're saying, can he make the cut in T20? So if he is told, listen, forget Australia, it's a long way away. Go back to being the Mayank Agarwal you are. Rahul, Mayank Agarwal. Wow, that'll be a great opening partnership.
Yeah, I've been hard on these people for a very long time. The two people I've been hardest on, is Mayank Agarwal. One is Mayank Agarwal, and the other, unfortunately, is Sarfraz Khan. Sarfraz Khan, because you can't now call Sarfraz Khan out anymore. Because judging by the number of bellies that we saw in the first match today, if you're going to call, Sarfraz Khan tubby, it's just unfair given what everyone looks like nowadays.
I just had dessert for dinner again. I was not going to have it. I just had the dessert for dinner again. He's done a lot of silly things in life, Sarfraz, over the years. He's done a lot of very stupid things. But I think coming back to Mumbai last year was the best thing that he did. Someone must have just closed his eyes, given him a whack on the bum and put him in the right train. And then he made so many runs. I think he walks into that side. So you have your core of 3 Indian batsmen there. Then you decide, do I want to play Mandeep at 6 maybe? Do I want to play a Harshal Patel? You suddenly got options. But I think those 3 Indian batsmen allow you to, then you got Maxwell.
Not Harshal Patel. You met Karun Nair? Did you meet Karun Nair? Because Harshal's
No, Harshal Patel can bat at 6 instead of...
You're talking about Delhi.
Oh, sorry, Delhi. Sorry.
Yes.
Delhi and Punjab... Yeah,
I've done that. Stop it. Sorry. You're just being, as us North Indians saying, you're being a South Indian now and putting all of us into one bracket.
Sorry, Delhi.
All the it's totally different. It's totally different, Harsha. Hey, this is reverse. I like it. It's happening in reverse. Normally it's people from Hyderabad and Bengal saying, listen, we're not all from Madras. Stop saying it. Here we have someone from the South saying, oh, this is amazing.
And we're talking about Harshal Patel. Plays for Haryana, of course, so it's okay.
But yeah, sorry, there's Karun Nair there in Punjab as well. There's Karun Nair, they've got Mandeep. So they've got
Karun Nair, there's Mandeep Singh.
Yeah, so they've got a few options. They're bowlers. Let's have a look at their bowlers real quick before we wind up for tonight, because that's one issue with Punjab is that you're looking at their bowling. There is obviously a lot of dependence on Shami. Shami has to have a good IPL. When you're looking around besides that, of course you have Mujib, he's a champion. But when you need those India bowlers, you need those international India bowlers, you may be thinking, all right, they have to play foreigners here.
The only one I'm saying that you might see a lot of depending, we've been hearing some very good things coming out of the Kings 11 dressing room, is Ravi Bishnoi. They rate him really highly. They think that, and Kumble is a, leggy himself. He's taken him under his wing. Ravi Bishnoi could be playing a lot of games for them. And this is something that, from the time they went to the auction for him, they've been very serious about him. So I expect Ravi Bishnoi to play a substantial number of games. They're going to try him out. So that's something that you'll see, because it's not that they don't have other bowlers out there, but I think he's the guy they're looking at as their first option.